Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to talk about the INTJ and what is your purpose in life. My question for INTJs today is, what's holding you back? And you know exactly what I'm talking about because there's something that's stopping you from reaching your goals, from doing something that you need to do, and you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Now, that said, there are some INTJs who are watching right now who are like, what are you talking about? I'm conquering every goal that I have in front of me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, but I'm talking to some specific INTJs who, for some reason, have tapped into procrastination mode. It's one thing to sort of lean back and kind of let your idea fester and become what it is, that great thing that it's going to be, and not rush into it. But there are some INTJs who have put procrastination on steroids, so it's just sitting there in overdrive and it's not going anywhere and it's not making any moves. So you have this idea that's cooking, or you have something that you've created or something that you've written or whatever it is, and it's just sitting there. You're not moving, you're not taking action on it. And I just want to explore that with you today because there's a reason for that. I think when an INTJ gets into that zone, they can start losing what their focus is, what their purpose is. There could be something that can impact other people in a great way, or even make your life a lot better. It could be the smallest thing. You could be the type of person that conquers huge things that would be very difficult for another type to complete. And then when it comes to something small in your life, like a small goal that you need to reach, for some reason you just kind of sit and ruminate on it and never get going. So my challenge for you today is to get out of the rut. And it's very hard to get an INTJ out of a rut because they have a very dominant, strong personality. They're very independent. They're very strong-willed. So they may not accept help in the same way that another type could, because there could be someone that's saying, hey, I can get you to the next level in this one area that for you, you're just sitting on it in your mind trying to figure it out. My challenge for you is make that move so that you can get out of that frustrating place, and also allow someone else to step in and help you, because there are helpers out there who love that, just that sort of thing. Maybe there's something that's just got you stomped, or you've tapped into a lazy mode, maybe because you have worked so hard for so long, but there's just something, I don't know, I just have this feeling that there's something that you need to get with it. Move, get on it, don't put it off another day. Now, for those of you who are not in that zone, then I'm probably not talking to you, because you are probably being a workaholic on some degree, and you need to pay attention to that also. You need to make sure that you give yourself some breaks and some relaxation time, because you can also wear yourself out. Let's talk about why an INTJ might get stuck. Sometimes INTJs can imagine that they've had a conversation with someone about something important and they've only had it in their minds, and so then they're perplexed and confused when people are off track or people are not doing what it is that they asked them to do in a workplace or wherever, and then that can lead to issues. And I've seen INTJs do that and even be told that they're doing that. So if an INTJ goes after you because you haven't executed what it is that they ask you to do, then it can result in a lot of hurt feelings and confusion. So be careful of that. I think their rich imagination can also get them stuck sometimes in a lack of movement. It may be difficult because INTJs can be such perfectionists and they're used to getting accolades and getting things right. When they've done something wrong, they may not take it so well. They may have a hard time admitting when they've made a mistake, or even tapping into that lane. The other thing too is because they have such a dominant personality, people may not be comfortable really sharing that with them very much. And so when they hear some critique or feedback, it might be shocking to them and leave them defensive. It can jar their self-confidence to a point where they can become, I don't want to say paranoid, a little paranoid or mistrustful of people. Like, okay, are these people, is somebody out to get me? What's their motive? When it might not be that at all. They could simply be projecting onto other people, which can do damage to colleagues. So a blind spot might be they don't realize their own level of destructiveness because none of us are perfect. They may blame others for the circumstances that they're in instead of tapping into more of their feeling side to come down a few levels and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I am wrong in this situation. Maybe I do need to adjust or do something a little differently. They can become stressed out if they're bombarded with too many details. And sometimes their introverted intuition can become their enemy because they can crawl into this comfortable space of imagination and speculating and figuring it out in their heads, like this mental exercise, like how am I going to execute my next goal? And they never step out to take action. They just get comfortably stuck there. Let's say someone notices that they're stuck and presses them or starts to make some demands like, hey, come on, you snap to it. They can become edgy, they can become testy, and they might feel overloaded or like I don't want to deal with that right now. Like I still need my time to fantasize about it. But that gone too deep can render them actionless, which doesn't do a lot for an INTJ's self-esteem. So let's say they're in a situation that's not working for them, that's not good, that's aggravating, that's frustrating. Or maybe there was a home improvement project that they were trying to do and they ran out of money or resources, or they hit a bumpy road, or they got taken advantage of and it's a setback. You know, all of those details can become overwhelming and make them feel scattered and make them not be able to deal with all of the details that are in their way. Sometimes they may not want to engage in the actual processes that are more tedious. They would rather conceptualize about it, figure out how to make improvements upon things that are already there, than to get in there in those, you know, details that they just aren't interested in, that they might find boring or just a source of irritation. But we all have those spots in our MBTI and in our lives that we have to develop a muscle for and push through. They might leave team building and goal setting to someone else to do because they're in their zone, they're in their focus. On a positive note, anything that an INTJ does set their energies on, it's gonna be a success. They're gonna awe. They're gonna impress people. They're going to be put in the limelight in many situations because of their potential to make great strides and break boundaries. Well, I would encourage all INTJs out there not to lose your focus in your life, not to lose whatever your purpose is, which they think more on a global scale. But whatever that is, don't be defeated by it. And you know, sometimes when people are used to achieving, conquering success and doing that easily, when they start hitting too many roadblocks, they don't really know what to do with that because they haven't had much practice at it, and that can go for an INTJ. So be encouraged, get out of that rut if you're in one, and start conquering your dreams today. Because to me, you are that rare pearl that one finds in life, and you may also want to pay attention to some of the smaller things in life that are important to you personally and make those things happen as well, so that you can see what that level of success feels like. So I hope this video helps somebody out there, some INTJ or some family member of an INTJ. So if you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.